Hello Internet, and welcome to this quick video on Macbeth, specifically key quotations surrounding the character of Macbeth himself, perfect for GCSE English. Now, I have picked out and underlined key parts of quotations, mainly from soliloquies, which you will need to remember. The parts on screen are the only parts you need to remember. Starting with, if ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, and whose murder yet is but fantastical. Macbeth's soliloquy in Act 1, Scene 3 shows him trying to puzzle out the implications of the witch's prophecy. He reasons that, since what the witches predicted turned out to be correct, it cannot be evil. Obviously, he is wrong. However, Macbeth also admits that because of their prediction, he's already begun to fantasize about killing King Duncan and taking the throne. Our next quote is this a dagger which I see before me? Macbeth's soliloquy in Act 2, Scene 1 is important as it marks the first time he hallucinates. We can assume that the witches we saw earlier were actually real, because Banquo saw them as well. In these lines, however, Macbeth is aware that the floating knife he sees is not really there. The fact that he is troubled enough to hallucinate, yet still sane enough to understand that he is hallucinating, can be contrasted with his later mental state, when he fully believes he sees Banquo's ghost, even though Lady Macbeth tells him he's not there. Our next quote is, "It will have blood, they say." By the time Macbeth says these lines in Act 3, Scene 4, Banquo has been murdered at his command. Macbeth has been haunted by Banquo's ghost at what was supposed to be a celebratory dinner. The full horror of what he has done in order to achieve his ambition is now clear to Macbeth, and he warns his wife that the dead will have their revenge. And finally, we have "life's but a walking shadow," and "signifying nothing." After Macbeth learns of his wife's death, he utters these words in Act 5, Scene 5. These lines from one of the most famous speeches in the play, revealing Macbeth's grief as well as his pessimism and despair. He says that his life is pointless, meaningless, and that it's over too quickly. Macbeth's realization of the great evil he has done, which has brought about his wife's death, influences this speech as well. He is beginning to realize that the witch's second prediction will come true. Banquo's line will become king's, not his. Despite this, his ambition continues to rule him up until the last moment, as he will not yield, refusing to give up.